Hey guys, sorry we are a couple minutes late getting started tonight. Oh gosh, another one of those nights where tons of people decide not to pay me, so then it takes forever to get the spreadsheet updated. And yeah, so I was a couple minutes late tonight. I apologize for that. You know, I prefer to start right on the money. Anyway, let's take a look at a couple of things here. First thing up, and what happened to my spreadsheet? Well, as soon as I can find it, we'll take a look at who is in our customer appreciation break up to this point in time. You know, we do a little nightly random, and the people who are, you know, it's different things that I give away from month to month. This particular month, we are doing Lucky You, which is a customer appreciation break that will take place the first Saturday in August, and doesn't cost you anything to get in it, but the only way to get in it is to win the nightly random, which is what we're going to do here in just a second. But first up, let's take a look at who has gotten in so far. So we'll just scroll down through there, and in case maybe you won a different night and didn't know that you won, there's a chance to check it out. And now we're going to get set up to run it tonight and see who's going to join that list. And basically what happens is I just buy a variety of products, and then we have a little fun opening some stuff up, and then you will have a chance to win the hits out of the products that I purchase. So that's kind of how that works. Tell you what, I'm just having all kinds of problems getting my stuff together tonight. All right, so it is Nice Guy 613 is our winner tonight. So Nice Guy 613, you are in the customer appreciation break. Make sure that you come back on that first Saturday in August. I mean, you don't have to be live to watch it, but I do usually offer some fun little things for the people who are watching it live. So a little extra there. So we have a few different breaks tonight, 3 to be exact. 2 of them are memorabilia, and one of them is a half case of Allen Ginter. So first up is a 2017 Onyx Clubhouse Collection batting gloves. This is break number 2, and you will see there are some teams in there that are marked as unpaid, and so that speaks for itself. The team was sold and the person did not make payment. There's also a whole bunch of teams that say no bids buyback, unfortunately, in this little break, and that just means those are unloved, unwanted teams, and if anything comes out for one of them, that would stay here with me. So that's what's going on with that. Now, let's get in here and see what we've got. I will tell you from the last pair of these batting gloves that we opened, holy cow. I mean, yeah, they are game used, and boy, do you know it, because the last one that we opened up, it had quite a smell. Sorry, my iPad changed pages on me, and I'm trying to get back so I can see chat. I'm telling you, it's like one of those nights where things just don't seem to go the way I would like them to go. All right, so our gloves tonight, we're going to take out the gloves and look at them here in just a second. But there is, I forgot to take the camera off of autofocus. See what happens when I spend too long waiting on updating the spreadsheet, and the whole rest of the break just goes by the wayside, doesn't it? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the camera off of autofocus and change it to a close focus and see what we can do. So Chase Valat or Valet, or however you say that, that is who the batting gloves belong to. And let me see if I can figure out where those are going to go. I'm looking for the guy on the checklist to try to, there we go, Kansas City. So he is a part of the Royals, and here are the gloves, and they have been autographed, and I guess it even, does it say on there what day they were used? Maybe. It says something used on there. Anyway, So there's the autograph, and there's the game used gloves. Oh, autographed on both, so that's pretty cool. All right, so first out of the bag then, and these don't actually smell, which is nice, because the ones last week, whoo, boy, they smelled. They smelled a lot. All right, so the gloves headed off to the Kansas City Royals according to the checklist. So that one is in the books, and now it's time to take a look at our baseball. That's going to be coming up next here. So let's scroll down and pull up that spreadsheet. And again, we've got the same format that we had there a second ago. And this, of course, the reason this says break number 4, if you haven't done a break with me before, is because it is the 4th time that we have broken a 2017 Preferred Players Collection baseball. So that's always what those little things mean there at the end. And again, loads of unpaid teams in here, and a couple of unsold teams, but lots and lots of unpaid teams, which is, and actually I see that I've got one more that was unpaid, and I think I neglected to mark it on the spreadsheet. So there is one more unpaid team that, well, I'm sure you know who you are, and I just didn't get it marked in time. That happens sometimes when there's a whole lot of them. So we've got a little JSA authentication in here with it as well. And looks like we have Chris Sale coming out of here tonight. And Chris Sale, of course, used to be with the White Sox, is currently, I believe, with the Red Sox. And I believe he is a Red Sox on the checklist, but we will double check that here in a moment. So there is the autograph, and there's the front part of the ball with the little JSA sticker on it. I printed out the checklist for a couple of these things to try to make it a little bit easier to deal with. So yes, he is in fact a Boston Red Sox on the checklist. So ball headed off to the Red Sox. And then that's going to bring us up to the main event. And the main event is Allen Ginter, our half case of Allen Ginter. Yay. It's always so much fun to open Ginter. So let's take a look at that. And, oh, somebody is saying, I finally just now got chat up. Oh, okay? So Corey, you're looking for some Reds in Allen Ginter. All right, we're gonna work on that for you, man. And E40. Oh, thank you for letting me know on the Royals. I couldn't get stupid chat up, so I didn't see it in time. But I did print out all the checklists tonight to make it easier for the Onyx stuff. All right, so 6 boxes of 2017 Allen Ginter baseball. This is a half case break. It is break number 2. It's the back half of a case that we started a few days ago. So we'll roll down through here and give everybody a chance to see your name up in lights. And we had, I guess, one unsold in here, and that's the little World's Fair mini inserts. You'll also notice that Fictional Relics is listed there, and that, of course, was one of the little secret surprise categories, whatever you want to call them, that Topps put in these. So there's what I know of. I mean, it wasn't on their official checklist, but what has come out that I'm aware of is like a piece of Santa Claus's suit. There's a unicorn hair. You know, it's some pretty fun stuff. So that category would cover any of the fictional character relics like that we pull out. Should we pull out a fictional character autograph, of course, it would really be the actor's autograph, not a fictional character's autograph, and that would, of course, go into the non-baseball celebrity. But the relics has its own little category. Oh, Bigfoot has a relic too? Awesome. I hadn't seen that one. That's awesome, though. All right, there is Donaldson is for the Blue Jays in our box topper. box topper number 1. And we've got loads and loads of packs and stuff in here. You guys know there are so many inserts and things that come in Allen and Ginter. And that's what makes it fun. Well, one of the things that makes it fun, of course. I would love, what does the Bigfoot relic look like, Trooper? Is it, I mean, is it like a piece of fur, or what is it? I can't believe I didn't see that one. I'm so bummed. I'm going to have to go look for it. I thought that, honestly, I thought that the unicorn hair and the Santa suit were pretty creative. And then, oh, it's brown fur. I love that. Bigfoot relic. Oh, I would love to pull one of those. It would be so awesome. That's what makes Allen and Ginter so much fun, though, because they just always have something in here that's interesting. And of course, we have Cody Bellinger rookies in here. Well, redemptions for his rookie, and Ian Happ as well, making their appearance. Both are full-size card autographs, and both, of course, are redemptions because they were, I think, a late addition to Allen and Ginter. But a welcome one for sure, because they had originally said we weren't going to see Cody Bellinger autographs until Series 2. Of course, they're in, you know, Panini products like Optic there in the back, but I'm talking about the Topps products. Not Series 2, Update. I don't know why I said Series 2. Until Update. But then they decided to put them in here. But I think they're going to be live in Update, though, versus, you know, the redemption that we will get if we pull one in here. All right, we are off to the races. So let's see what we come up with. Oh, you know what? I learned this the last time. I should be shaking all those little minis out before I do anything else, because otherwise they jump right out of the pack and try to take off on me. National Park Service. This is, of course, Revolutionary Battles. I don't know if I made I don't think I made a category for National Park Service. Doggone it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I forgot to make it. Oh, look, there's a What a Day for Dansby. I don't think I remembered to make one for Parks. Little mini for Worth. We're just going to stack we'll start stacking the minis as we go. Constellations, I don't know how well you can see it on there. It's kind of faint, you know, in the light, but I think you can maybe see that. There we go. And somebody is telling me, well, let me show you the checklist, because I literally did a copy and paste right off of the website. And here it says Baseball Checklist Preferred Players Collection 2017, which is what we just opened. And I don't know how well you can see the whole thing, but right there it says Chris Sale, Boston. Right there right there. And there's, oh yeah, you're right. There's a Chris Sale that says White Sox up there, which I did not see until just now. So I don't know why. Why would it be on there twice? That's just the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Okay, well, that's fun. So then I guess, well, Allen and Ginter, I guess we're going to stop in the middle of you for a minute. And we'll go back and try and determine if this says anything that gives us any indication as to which of the two teams that it is. That says, that has a number on it. Does that say 47, 49? Can anybody read what that number is? I don't know if we have any idea if he is the same player number at both places or not, but let's see if we can figure that out. Why in the world would they put him on the checklist with two different teams? That is just, that is just idiotic, I have to tell you. I don't know why a company would do that. All right, I'm trying to pull up something that will tell me what his jersey number is because I don't know what his jersey number is. And we're going to see if that answers the question or not. And then we'll get back to Allen and Ginter. Sorry, guys. Somebody just came into chat and asked that. So it is, his number is 41 with the Red Sox, according to that. So let's see what it was with the White Sox. We definitely know there's a 4 on that ball. I cannot tell you what the second number is, nor could I have told you before. So let's see what number he had with the White Sox. Oh, come on. And I can't see chat while I'm doing this, by the way. So it was 49 with the White Sox. Well, isn't that fun? So 41 and 49, and then the question is, what the holy Moses is on the ball? Is that a 9? Is that a 1? I mean, to me that looks, well, I mean, to me that looks a little bit like a 9, but I mean, I can't say that for sure. It also looks like a 7. We know it can't be a 7. Could be a 1 and he just writes weird. I don't know. I mean, to me, I'm thinking it's probably a 49. But that's an excellent question. So we're going to get back to that. We'll take another look at that right at the end of the break because we could sit there all night probably looking at that ball. But we will go back to it after we finish up Allen and Ginter. And as of right at this moment, it's either going to be a White Sox or a Red Sox ball, and I really couldn't tell you which one. I'm leaning towards that is a 49, but it's not clear cut either way because it doesn't look like a 9, nor does it look like a 1. It really, to me, looks like 7, but either way, we'll sort that out in a little bit. There is Sport, Fish, and Fishing Lures insert. And for our minis, we have a dude, one of the world's dudes inserts, minis rather, I should say. There's a little Gary Carter short print. And then this Corey Bellamore here will go to the non-baseball celebrity category. That's where he will head off to go. All right, so you guys are all jumping into chat saying everybody believes that's a 49. It does not look as clear cut as that to me, but if you guys all are of the opinion that it is a 49, then that's what we will go with. That the Chris Sale ball is signed with the jersey number of 49. There's Bruce for the Mets, Henderson. Sorry, I got sidetracked there for a second. I was looking at the number to see if it was a short print. Of course, the golfer goes into the celebrity non-baseball category. And then Giant Panda, this is kind of in that same little like Parks and Rec category that I didn't list. So, yeah, so Luke and JG and Seth and Tripper Trooper and Bobby, pretty much everybody thinks that that's a clear-cut 9, so a 9 it shall be. World's Fair. You know, I just don't even know why in the world would you list a guy and his autograph with 2 different teams on the checklist. Why wouldn't you just put one of the balls in a different series, you know, and have one team on the checklist? I don't know. I don't get it. This is another one of our non-baseball celebrity. He's a juggling marathon runner. How about that? That's that's always interesting. Other battles. And of course there are short prints in here. Everything from 301 to 350 is listed as a short print as far as the Topps checklist goes. But I can tell you, after having sorted the first half of this case, I mean, I guess they are short prints, but man, there's a lot of them, like a lot of them. Because there would be times when a team would have 3 of the same short print player in that half case. I mean, that's just like crazy, right? So how short is that short print if you're pulling 3 out of 6 boxes of the same player? But nonetheless, they list them as short prints. But typically, when I break Topps, if something is listed as a short print, you know, we might see a couple of them per case. We certainly don't see them to the vast quantities that came out of the first half of this case. So I guess the short print is not as short in this set. J.G. Basson is asking me, do I ship all base rookie cards? I ship all the cards, period, J.G., unless the description for the auction, you know, if it ever says otherwise. I mean, like if it ever says only shipping XYZ, then obviously that would be the case. But typically, I ship all the cards. Base, inserts, rookies, hits, the whole ball of wax normally. So if we ever get to a point where I don't, which will probably be the case like when we get to Contenders football and some stuff like that, it'll probably just be numbered inserts and rookies and whatnot. But it will always be in the listing, kind of in the area where, you know, where it says the quantity and the title of the product being opened. It would be right in that same area where it would say, you know, only shipping whatever or not shipping whatever. But off the top of my head, the only thing I can think of that will probably happen with is Contenders football, because the base of that is just really has basically no value, and there's a lot of it. So, oh, there's one of our hits coming out. I'm trying to shake all these little minis out of there first so they don't go flying away, flying out of the pack. So we have a required reading, Magicians, a dude, a non-baseball celebrity, another dude, yay, a baseball player, a Jonas Brother. We pulled a Jonas Brother relic the other day, which was just like hilarious. Why are we pulling Jonas Brothers relics? But we did. I mean, me personally, I would rather have like the Santa Claus relic or the Bigfoot relic. But that's just me, you know. Obviously, not everyone is going to feel that way. So that is all of our minis. Let me get them put over here, and now we're going to go through our full size. Yes, Luke, there was a rip card in the first half of the case. It was for the Yankees. It was Babe Ruth, numbered to 60, maybe, I think. And that was it out of the first half, just the one. And somebody asked me if there is a case guarantee on those. As far as I know, there's no case guarantee. I mean, there are odds about how often you should pull them, but there's no, like, guarantee. So, a little Chris Bryant relic coming out for the Cubbies. Another one of our non-baseball celebs. Yeah, we can look through, Seth, if you want to look through the backs of all the minis, we can absolutely do that. What I will probably do, because I find it really to be probably, I don't know, easier is not the right word, maybe more efficient is the right word, is we will just get all of them, we will get all, he's a football player, we will get all of them sorted, which is kind of what I'm doing as I lay them off to the opposite side right now, and then we'll just flip through them as a stack right at the end, because that's generally, I think, the easiest way to do it. But Adam Wainwright for the Cardinals for that relic. We had out of the first break one mini with a hand numbered back, just one. Revolutionary Battles. JG, I have not seen that it is a guarantee on those rip cards, so I see that that's what you're saying in chat, but that is not what I was told at any point in time. From the time that I pre-ordered it onward, I was not told that there is a guarantee of 2 per case. So if there is, that's great, but that is wasn't in the information that I was given for the pre-order, nor was it in the information I was given after the product went live. So if that's the case, great, but I personally, cannot attest to that because it's not what was communicated to me. So this is, of course, one of the buyback cards, and there'll be plenty of those that we will find through here. They're all going to be stamped with that Rediscover Topps, and there are different colors of stamps. There's, a silver, there's a gold, I think there's like a copper or bronze type color. There's a bunch of different ones you can chase for that. And our next hit, is this a polo player? Softball player. Okay. Sierra Romero. So Sierra Romero mini autograph heads off to the celebrity non-baseball category for that hit. Yes, the hot box was the very first box that we opened. Out of the other half of the case was the hot box. In fact, I was so intent on looking at what was coming out, because it's the first I had in my hand as well, I didn't even notice that we were in the hot box. I was so busy looking at the hits and the other stuff, and somebody said, hey, aren't we in the middle of a hot box? I was like, no, we've gotten the right number of hits. And then they're like, did you look at the base card? And I'm, oh man, I just was looking right past it. It's crazy. But yeah, the way we open these cases when they're brand new, it's one of the buybacks. I took all the boxes out. I numbered them on the end. We put the 12 boxes in random, and then random decided which of the 12 boxes that we opened. And see, this one you can, as a matter of fact, see one of the numbers from where they were numbered in the first half of the break. So that's generally how I determine which boxes we open out of a case when there is a hot box or something that we know we're going to find, and that way it just keeps it all nice and even and fair and all that kind of stuff. Shipping wise, if I did not say yet on this stuff, I expect this stuff will probably go out on Friday, in that range. It's possible some could get out not until Saturday. It's possible some could get out on Thursday, but more than likely, I mean, the majority of it is probably going to be going out on Friday. There's Bryce Harper box loader, box topper, whatever we want to call it. Actually, you know what? Let's just shake these minis out a pack at a time. Yeah, that will help. Because it's, it's the way they're in the pack. There's a tendency for them, when you're kind of sorting through the cards, for them just to fall right out or jump right out. And I don't want to risk having it land funky. I mean, even though it's on a mat, you still don't want one falling out, if it can be avoided. In the first half, we did pull an Aaron Judge relic, but we did not pull an Aaron Judge signature. So we could still have that waiting for us, hopefully. It's been probably, I don't know, it's been at least, it's probably been, man, maybe as much as like 10 days or something since a Judge has come out of something. So it's about time. We're due, I believe. That one is Constellations again. Black border, of course. That's one of our dudes. Johnny Bench. I love me some Johnny Bench. Another Revolutionary. Oh, I see another good hit getting ready to come through right here. Because this is red ink. And it is numbered to 10. Number 1 of 10. Red ink signature. For Joe Thomas Sr., football player. So that's pretty cool. That is a nice hit with the red ink numbered to 10. And again, of course, that's going to go to, so it's 2 autos now heading out to the non-baseball celebrity category. So they are off to a good start, but we need to pull some baseball player autographs out of here too. And that was World's Fair, of course, but you guys knew that already. Oh, Harriet Tubman. You know, we didn't pull her out of the first half of the case. She's not a short print, but we didn't, I don't think we pulled her out of the first half. I don't remember seeing her anyway. Now, see, there you go. Now I just about dropped Martinez. Let me make sure that he is. I'm making sure Mr. Martinez here is okay after I almost plopped him down on the mat. And he looks to be in good order, so. World's Fair again. Joey Votto. Hey, how did the Reds do tonight? Does anybody know how they did? Because I got to tell you, Joey, poor Joey, he has been, well, not just poor Joey. The whole Reds team has been, man, just in a really bad slump since the All-Star break. It has not been very pretty over there in Cincy. Coming out for the Cubbies, a little Jason Hayward materials hit. Reds lost 6-2. Oh, woof. Thank you, Eric, for letting me know the score. That is not a good that is not a good result. Didn't we win? Yeah, I think we did win yesterday, so maybe we got one win. I think that's the only win we've had since the All-Star break was maybe yesterday. It's just been, oh, it's been brutal. So bad. Oh, Gary Stevens, jockey. Oh, Tripper lives in Cincinnati. Says he goes to the, I'm reading this out loud, guys, because not everybody can see the chat, from what I've been told. If people are not logged into YouTube, they can't see what you're writing in chat. At least that's what some other people have told me. So that's why sometimes I read it out loud. Anyway, so Trooper says he lives in Cincy. He can go to the game for just $17. And he gets to see good teams cream the Reds. That's just awful. Corey, yes, there are more Allen and Ginter breaks. I think there's already another one listed. I'm pretty sure I have another one listed already. But I will have, we will have 6 of them in total. So this is number 2 of what will be 6. I'm pretty sure 3 is listed already, but not beyond that. I've got to list another optic break. And then some more Allen and Ginter as well. I'm kind of alternating a little bit between those. Oh, you live on the Kentucky side. Okay, that's cool, man. I live in Kentucky myself. I just call the Reds my home team because it's, you know, it's close, hour and a half maybe from door to door. You wouldn't want anyone to think you live in Ohio. Oh, that's awesome. And Corey, you have season tickets. That's cool, man. That's good. You're still supporting them even through their downtrodden times, because it has been a little rough lately. Definitely has been a little on the rough side. And Eric, you gave up your season tickets. Well, you know, I can't blame you, man. I mean, it's hard. It's kind of like UK football, right? Like, I mean, I went to school at UK, so I'm a big UK fan. I like to support all of our athletes in any of the sports, pro and college, of course. But boy, you know, yeah, there comes a point in time, which came with football a few years ago, where, you know, you just kind of think, maybe I will just sit home and watch this on television, save myself some money, and I can cuss just as loudly from home as I can in the stadium. So yeah, I don't go to too many football games anymore. Although I did get an offer today for it's time to renew the season basketball tickets. And so with the email that came today, they said, oh, if you know, pay by whatever date it is, like August the 4th, I think, or something. If you'll pay by that date, we'll send you some football tickets for free for a game or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, okay. They are getting desperate. Aw, Tripper, that's just mean saying, do we even have a football team? Magicians on that one. And who is this? Is this Bust a Moves? I guess, yeah, that's Bust a Move with a breakdance. So that's our first Bust a Move coming out tonight. Hernandez here for the gymnast. Black border. And yes, we will. I'm not going to forget you, man. I will go back through and we will look at the backs of these through the whole stack. We'll just be able to go whipping through them at the conclusion of the break, because I'm keeping the minis sorted into their correct stacks as we go to make it easier to do that at the end. Yeah, I mean, you're right. You can definitely save a lot of money if you don't have season tickets to stuff and you just watch it from home. I mean, there's no question about that. And when the team is doing really well, it's a lot of fun to be there live, right? I mean, with everybody else, and it's a very happy kind of place to be. But when the team is not doing well, it is a really seriously unfortunate place to be. Everybody's just mad. Everybody's angry. And then you're paying to be there on top of that. So, yeah. Sometimes it's better to just watch from home. Matt Harvey coming out for the Mets with a little relic. Another giant panda with our national park nature-y kind of thing there. Which I'll have to remember to list that category next time. I did not remember to do it this time. Little sport fish and lure. This guy comes up all the time. Super fan Crazy George. Like, his card seems to come up quite often in here. Yeah, definitely the Reds have some good ticket prices for sure right now. And they even have the, don't they still have that deal where you pay, it's like $20 a person, and it's an all-you-can-eat kind of deal. Well, they say it's all you can eat, but really it's kind of not, because I think it's only a certain number of hot dogs that you can have, but then it's like all the popcorn and soda and peanuts and whatever that you can eat for $20. So So, I mean, they are trying to get people in. They do the promotions all the time with the bobbleheads and stuff. So they're definitely trying to give people a little bit more for their money, because I guess they know that the team hasn't been doing all that well. But I guess we'll be all just waiting for Hunter Green now. Not that that's any pressure on poor Hunter, who was just drafted and right out of high school, but hey, we're all just going to be sitting around twiddling our thumbs for a couple years waiting on Hunter Green. Oh, yeah, I guess you guys probably saw that Rafael Devers got called up. He's actually, I think, going to start tomorrow night at third base after the Red Sox cut themselves free of the Panda to the tune of, what was it, like 50 mil or something they had to pay him. That was just a disaster. But it's going to be interesting to see how Devers does. Hopefully well. Wow, it's $6,000 a year to be, oh, because you have 3 seats. I was thinking, man, that is a lot. Well, yeah, okay, so the third seat makes up the difference there to be in center field, 81 games. I don't know. I would want to sit in one of the sections where I could catch a ball for sure. Not that I would be able to. I mean, I'm sure like I wouldn't be the one to get it. I mean, you watch grown men like knock each other over to get to those balls, so I doubt I would be able to get one. Mr. Manny Machado. Or the box loader topper. I mean, there was, where was it? The Chris Christie. You know, I'm sure you probably know Chris Christie, the governor from New Jersey, who's like always having some kind of controversy. And he was at a game recently. Maybe it was over the 4th. Maybe it was after the 4th, because I think he was on the beach at the 4th. He was at a game and got a ball and a foul ball. And of course, it showed him, you know, on the Jumbotron or whatever, catching the ball, having the ball, and everybody booed him. I was like, so then he gets up and turns around and gives the ball to a little kid. So that part was nice. He should have done that. But I wonder if he would have done it if he hadn't gotten booed. I tend to think not, but you never know. Maybe. We don't have a mini. Oh, there's our mini. It is stuck. Oh, wow. You got 40 balls from batting practice. Nice. I read an article recently, sometime in the last month, but I can't remember where I read it, what publication it was in. But it was talking about the number of baseballs that, Major League Baseball uses every year. And how very few teams have enough storage space to keep them all for the whole year. Just a couple of them do. And the rest of them, they get a shipment of them every month or whatever. And I forget which team it was, but one of the teams had a relatively new owner. And I guess the owner was out of batting practice or something. And a kid came up and asked a player for a ball. And the player didn't give it to him. Said, no, we have to use ball for batting practice or whatever. So the owner, goes up to the guy after the fact and says, ask what did the kid want? And he told him and said, well, I didn't give it to him. We had to have a ball for batting practice. And the owner was like, anytime a kid asks for a ball, you give the kid a ball, because then they'll be like hooked for life. They'll be fans for life. So I think that's probably very true. I think that's, he basically ordered the players that if any kid ever asked them for a ball, they were to, give it to them. Obviously not in the middle of a game, but batting practice and stuff like that. So another magician. So I thought that was interesting, but true though, really. Alex, no Yankees have hit yet out of this. But this is the third box that we're just opening up right now. So this box is the midway point, but so far no. We've had several hits for the non-baseball celebrity category. This is for the Dodgers. I'm looking to see if it is numbered, and I guess it isn't, but it is a mini card relic for Julio Urias for the Dodgers. So that is pretty cool. Mini card relic. I like anything with the mini cards. They're always fun. I must have hit the camera when I had the box, because now it seems like the cards are not in the... I think they're too low. So in other words, I changed the angle of the camera, I think, unloading the box. We did pull a little cloth mini in the first half. It was for the Royals, I think it was. I think it was George Brett, the Royals. But we didn't pull any mini relics out of the first half at all. So that's nice to have here. Another Revolutionary Battle. Stephen A. Smith. Tell you what else I'm going to do. I'm going to stack some of these base cards over here on the sorting mat so that we have a little bit more room back there. I don't like the stacks to get like super tall, you know. It just seems, I don't know, seems risky. I would rather just stack them over on the sorting mat safely away so that we don't have to worry. My cats are about to start chasing each other, I think. I'm hearing all kinds of interesting noises. I don't know how much you guys can hear that, but my little kitties, they like to chase each other around. For the Rangers, a little relic. I don't know how to say this guy's first name. There's a lot of names I mispronounce, but I really don't know how to say that guy's first name at all. And yeah, I don't know. And I don't really watch the Rangers very much. I probably shouldn't say that, but yeah, I don't. And so, I don't know how to say his name. Because what it looks like to me, I'm sure, is in no way the way that it should be pronounced. Paris Locks. Oh, there's Harriet Tubman again. So, like, I didn't see her at all in the first half that I remember, and now she's just dominating the second half, isn't she? She's coming up everywhere. Everything is coming up Harriet Tubman. Sanchez. There for a minute I thought that was, I thought we might have had a different picture for Judge there for a second, but we didn't. Runed, that's how you're supposed to say it? Runed? Okay. Well, I would have been close with the way I would have pronounced it. I was going to say more like Roned. I thought Roned, but then I thought that's probably not right because I so seldom pronounce a name correctly when I don't know how to pronounce it. And frankly, even when I hear them pronounced a lot, I still somehow have a hard time cementing certain names in my head, and I don't really know why. It's just a weird thing I've got, have trouble with. So I will try to remember Runed, not what I wanted to say, which is, well, I won't say it, and then it won't stick in my head, maybe. Runed. Thank you, Eric. Alex, you'll get a shipping notice when all that stuff goes out. Everything got packed up today, so everything got sorted and packed today. But I did not have time to print the labels because the post office closed. So I think originally when I did the break on that I estimated we would be Monday or Tuesday, and in fact we are falling to Tuesday for the shipping of the first break. So, but again, I always print the labels directly from eBay. So you should get a shipping notice. I say should because there was some little weirdness with their labels. I don't know when it was, last week, I guess. And I shipped a bunch of stuff, and I knew that I shipped it because some of it went priority mail. But then when I looked in the list, it still showed it as like awaiting shipment. So somehow it didn't automatically populate the tracking number like it should have, nor did it send out the shipping notice like it should have. There's Syndergaard for the Mets. And then, of course, the receipts that they send you from eBay, they don't list a name or address on them. All they do is list a tracking number and how much they charged you for the label. So I wasn't able to figure out what everyone went to, but I was able to figure out at least one of them because I had shipped it priority mail. So I matched it up and I watched it and it got delivered and everything was fine, but for some reason it didn't translate over. So with that having been said, you should, with little, quotes around it, be notified by eBay when I print the label. And the tracking number should also translate into eBay, into your purchased items area, and into PayPal, I think. Although, now that they've separated from PayPal, I can't guarantee that it shows up there. And since I know that there's at least a recent issue with that, I'm going to try to keep a closer eye on it this time because I've never had to worry about it in the past. So I've never followed up after I print the label to make sure it's moved into the shipped category. But now that I know we have some weirdness going on, I'm going to print a group and check and print a group and check. So if there's something, I'd be able to catch it right away. So that would be the plan. That is required reading, which of course also slows down the process of getting stuff out, but yet, I hate the few that went out last week, and then there's absolutely no way to know which of the 80 or so tracking numbers that day went with the handful of packages that they didn't translate the tracking number over to. So I figure better to go slower and keep an eye on it. That Bagwell was a short print that went by just a second ago. I remember that because I think there were 5 of them out of the first half. I'm thinking, as I said earlier, I'm thinking, man, that is really not much of a short print. And there are that many, but either way, there you have it. Another little sport fish. World's Fair. And I think I see a wrestler. No, he's a sports writer. Why did I think he was a wrestler? He looks a little bit like, I just kind of glanced at him. He looked kind of like Bautista slightly, the guy that's in Guardians of the Galaxy, and a little bit like Hulk Hogan, sort of, at a glance. But he's neither because he's a sports writer. J-Rose 613. This is box number 4 of 6 that I'm just getting into right at this moment. Takes a while to get through Allen and Ginter because there's a lot of cards. And then, of course, also I'm trying to pull the minis out separately so they don't fall out when I sort through the packs and all that jazz. So it takes us a few minutes. Once again, I thought we might be having Aaron Judge. I saw a Yankee, but no, we don't. We have Sanchez. I had to wake my computer up and went to sleep. We have Mr. Gary Sanchez for the Yankees. Yes, there will be a recap at the end of the hits for sure. And we are also going to, at the end tonight, take a look at all of the backs of all of the mini cards. Because I'm stacking the mini cards as we go over here according to what category they fall in. And then that way we can just flip through them all at once. Because I don't like to handle the minis any more than necessary. Because they're just hard to hang on to. So I like to kind of do what we're doing here, which is shake them out and then set them over, and then we'll look at the backs all at once at the end. The hot box was in the first break that we did, what was it, Friday, Saturday night? One of those two. So we have already done the hot box. It was actually the very first box that I opened. You weren't here earlier, I don't think, when I was mentioning this, because I think you just said you got here just now. But I do let random.org decide which boxes we open when we bust into a new case. So I numbered all the boxes on the end and then put all 12 in the random, and then random picked out which ones we opened up. So that's kind of how that works. Try to keep it all nice and transparent and fair and easy and all that stuff. That's a bust a move. Baseball. And there are, of course, corresponding short prints in the minis as well. You know, aside there now, those really do seem more like short prints, because the short print minis I did not pull out in vast numbers, but the short print full size cards, yeah, there's lots of them, but the minis not so much. They seem more like a true short print to me, or what I would consider to be a true short print. Oh, so JG, in a case that you opened, you had 2 hot boxes. All right, cool. So then maybe we will get lucky and have a second one in here. There are, I ran into those cards trying to fix the first set. I think there are 2 hot boxes in Optic per case. Again, I don't know about for A and G if there's a guaranteed second one or not. I do remember, of course, that there was the first one, but I don't remember that there was a second one. Not guaranteed, anyway. Not to say that it wouldn't be there. Or it may be that they told me that and I just don't remember it, but we'll find out soon enough. We don't have a whole lot of boxes left to go. This one and then 2 more. And we have got another relic for non-baseball celebrity. And I can't say this guy's name either, but you know who he is. He's a Magic Mike guy and a True Blood guy. He's an actor. And we have a little relic from him. Oh, so yeah, all right. So your case is, you're saying that the case where you had 2 hot boxes is in fact an anomaly. You don't believe that that's the case, that that's the norm, which, yeah, I'm not surprised. I wouldn't have thought so either. But you never know. I mean, sometimes they sneak things in on us that we don't know we're going to get. Another little mini relic, and this one is for the Red Sox with Mookie Betts. So 2 fun little mini relics. Yeah, in Optic I was referring to the autograph hot boxes, of course, because that's the one whenever anybody asks me in Optic if we've had the hot boxes, they invariably have meant the autograph ones because, you know, big difference, 2 autographs and 5 autographs. And that one, in case you're wondering, in the first half of the Optic break, we did have 1 autograph hot box, and we did have 1 refractor is what I call it, refractor hot box. I mean, Panini calls those all kinds of things. Usually prism, I think, but I call them refractors, so whatever you want to call them, prisms, refractors, parallels, whatever. We had 1 hot box of that and 1 hot box of autographs out of the first half of Optic. So random.org did a pretty good job of divvying that up just about exactly evenly, which is nice. My allergies are bad today, guys, so I'm sorry for the kind of sniffing and snorting and whatnot that's unfortunately going on. I don't really know why I should be having bad allergies in the middle of summer, but yet there you go. Joys of living in Kentucky. Year-round allergies. Always exciting. Lots of dudes in that one. Has anybody seen one of the Floyd Mayweather autographs come out yet? Gosh, what is going on there? I keep, man, it's like having to catch them on the fly there. It's like the 3rd or 4th one. Ramirez, another relic for the Red Sox. I'd say if you did find Floyd Mayweather, sell him before that fight. I don't know how all that's going to come out in that fight with McGregor. I kind of, it seems like there's been so much hype around it. It seems like it would be hard for the actual fight to live up to all of the hype surrounding it. So, it'd be interesting, I guess, anyway. Wow, there was a box that had a Mayweather auto, a woolly mammoth truck to 10, a wood mini 1 of 1. Wow. And rip cards, none tonight. None tonight so far. So we had 1 Babe Ruth rip card come out on the first half of the case, but we have had none tonight. And the Babe Ruth was to 60, I think it was. It was a nice one. Of course, I think all the rip cards are nice, and I got into this the other night too. Like, if it were my card, I don't know that I would be able to not rip it. I really don't. Oh, Reds again. Because I think it would just be too tempting. It would be too tempting. I would want to get in there. I know that I would. I would probably be okay for a little while, and then somewhere along the way, after it had been here for a couple weeks, I would just give in to temptation and rip it open probably. Oh, you ripped a Benintendi to 60 today? And what was inside, man? What did you get on the inside of your Benintendi? I haven't looked to see what the interior is of any of the rip cards. You're going to rip them all except a judge. Yeah, well, I don't blame you. I would rip them. Oh, a Jackie Robinson mini. Yay. All right, that's cool. I would I would probably rip Benintendi to get the Jackie Robinson, but again, you know, the temptation is very great for me. I would probably rip any of them if they were here long enough. Which, of course, is part of the reason required reading, which is part of the reason that that some of the unripped ones, you know, retain a really nice value because of the fact that so many people rip them. There's a Judge Rookie. There's our first one tonight. But the stuff inside is always so good, you know, and just knowing that it's in there would just make me want to get it out. And then I'd be all sad because I ripped up my card, but that's the joy of it. That's the fun part. All right, this is box number 5 of 6. That we are getting into right now. Oh, I don't think, I mean, you're saying it could have been worse than Jackie on the inside of your Benintendi rip card, but you know, I mean, isn't, oh man, isn't all, that was nice. I definitely hit it with the box that time. Oh boy, yeah buddy. Definitely hit the camera with the box and knocked it right on off the table. Good job with that, wasn't it? Okay, fun times. Let's try this again. So, yay for me. Nice and clumsy. Knocking the camera off with the empty box. Well, almost empty box. So that was a fun little ride. Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Sorry. So anyway, what I was saying is, can it really be a bad thing inside there? Like, I've never seen a bad thing inside of a rip card. There is Dansby Swanson for the Braves. Actually, let's just shake the mini out one at a time. I better check the, I guess we're still all right on the angle. When I hold a card up, we'll find out here in a minute. It's actually the tripod that I hit, so the whole entire thing went flying, as you saw, obviously. Oh, I didn't know that they put, I didn't know they ever put, like, crappy minis inside of the rip cards of, like, the no-name people, like what you're saying. I didn't realize that. I guess I haven't paid enough attention to the full group of them. You know, you kind of, I guess, tend to focus on the ones that are the big ones, and those are the ones that stick in your mind. Or stick in my mind, anyway, I should say. Another required reading. All right, let's see what we got in here. Here's a rip card coming up right now. Speaking of, there's Sport Fishing Lures. And our rip card numbered 260 is for the Mets. With Jacob deGrom. So there it is, Mets. Now you have a decision to make. Rip it or keep it. Obviously not a decision to make right now, but a decision to make when you get it anyway. Whether you want to rip or keep. A little sport fishing. Yeah, I guess I would be pretty unhappy if I ripped it and it had a no-name somebody in it. I wouldn't be very happy with that. But I guess, you know, there's always going to be somebody who rips it and then they're going to post what they have. So I guess it's probably get a good idea before you tear into it, as long as you're not that first person, the guinea pig, if you will. Oh, they're hitting, they're only going for 50 or 60 if they don't have a popular player. Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, so yeah, I hear you. That makes sense. You always see the good stuff and never the bad. Yeah, I guess people aren't bragging if they got something, if they ripped theirs open and it was not good inside. Although, I don't know, these days, I mean, virtually everything ends up online somewhere along the way, so I'd say even the bad, there's a certain amount of it probably filters its way around. All right, let's see where we are with these. That is a dude, right? Yeah, it's a dude. We've had a pretty good number of dudes tonight. More dudes, I think, than we had the first time. And a bust a move for the belly dance. Another Aaron rookie, second one tonight, I believe. Another buyback. Surfer guy. Football guy. Revolutionary battles. Mike Anderson for the Cardinals on that buyback. World's Fair. I think the World's Fair inserts are pretty cool, actually. I only went to the World's Fair once, and I think I was younger quite a bit. But my parents took us, I think it was in, I don't even really remember really hardly anything about it, to be honest, but I think I still have some souvenirs from it, and I do remember seeing pictures and hearing about it and everything, and I think it was in Knoxville maybe that we went to the World's Fair. Was it 1986? See, that's what I'm saying. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was in Knoxville, though, when we went. I mean, I think it was. I would have to try to find the little souvenirs and stuff to tell you for certain, but I believe that's right. That's good if you can remember that, like I don't. Constellations. And that is, what is that? University Track Dude. And little, who's he Watts again? Jonas Brother, little Jonas Brother. Oh, your dad lived in Knoxville at the time. Well, yeah, I guess that would definitely make it more memorable, because I'm sure that it was probably a nightmare from a traffic standpoint and things like that. If you were local, you're probably just like, oh, get this over with, you know. That's the way those things usually go for the locals, I believe. They just want to get through them, survive them. A little Talion relic for the Pirates. Lures and sport fish. Oh, it's 1982. Okay. Yeah, thank you for looking that up. I would have not remembered that. And of course, I don't access eBay or email or anything while we're doing the break, other than, you know, I'll take the tablet and look up things on the checklist or whatever if we have a question about that kind of thing. But Xander Bogaerts for the Red Sox. The Red Sox have hit a lot of relics, right? Or am I just imagining that? I think they have. So we'll find out in the recap, but it seems to me like the Red Sox have hit several relics. So then did you go, Trooper, did you go to the World's Fair since your dad lived there at the time? Let's see if I can not knock the tripod over while I empty the box that time. Now our last box topper, box loader, coming out for the Cubbies. With a little Tony Rizzo. Ann Arbor, Michigan. My sister lived in, it was Royal Oaks, Michigan. Long, long time ago. But she lived up there for a while. Went up there once with my mom. And we went to, there was some restored movie theater there. What was it called? Like the Fox or something? I don't know. It was this really, you know, old movie theater that had been restored to its former glory, if you will. Nothing like modern cinemas today. We went there and saw, maybe it was Gone with the Wind that we saw at that theater. And then I went to the Detroit race course because I like horse racing. So I went to DRC. It was still there. Oh, it was the Fox. Okay, so see, I did remember something right. So we went there. I went to DRC, and I can't even remember what else we did. But that's really the only real time I've spent in Michigan when my sister was up there. There we go, little mini. Oh, wow, DRC. I knew DRC was gone, but I didn't know it was Meyer now. Oh, man. All right, well, everything changes. Yeah, that there's a bust move. That's one of the things I used to like to do whenever I went somewhere, was if they had a race track, was to go to the racetrack. And of course, so many that I went to are gone now, been developed into something else. Constellations, another one of our dudes. Many of them have been developed into other things, like Myers, apparently. Meyer stores and other interesting retail developments. Little Randy Reddy buyback. Was that, did I just go past William Shatner? No. World's Fair again. Let's stack these up like that so I have a little more space. Yeah, DRC was really run down even by the time that I was there. It was pretty run down, but at least it was still there, unlike obviously now. Little prospects card. 2 of them are Rangers and 1 is an Indian, so it will go to the Rangers, because that is more than 51% of the card is Rangers. Well, I think, to answer your question, what's the point of buybacks? I think that, supposedly, anyway, let's get her out of the way. There's Rizzo again, Anthony Rizzo relic. So I think that the idea is that allegedly there are some of the buyback cards worth some money that are inserted, and the ones that are worth money are not stamped with that rediscover Topps like we see on all these others. So I think it's probably supposed to be like a little treasure hunt, if you will, you know, maybe to try to find the good ones or whatever, I don't know. Maybe it's just supposed to be a way to remind us of all the history of Topps. But yeah, most of the ones you see certainly are not marquee names, we'll say it like that. And even when they are bigger names, you know, usually the card set or series is not super desirable. But you know, I guess if you end up being one of the lucky ones that gets a valuable one, then I'm sure you'd be like, yeah, buybacks are awesome. But then for all the others, it's kind of like, why am I getting this? So depends on which way it flows, I suppose. Okay, we'll get our little minis over there. Lures. They have a different, obviously they're not the same texture as these other cards. They're, you know, most of the buybacks are glossy. So they also have a, I don't know, things want to slide off of them. So I'm not a huge fan of that, obviously. You think it's a way for them to get more money? Well, I don't know. I mean, they're going to sell, honestly, they're going to sell these packs whether they have those buyback cards in them or not. I mean, I don't know if it's geared towards kids, you know, if that's the idea, to try to get kids excited about some of the sets from past years so that maybe they'll, you know, go back and want to collect them. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really entirely sure what the motivation is behind it. Oh, they stamped some Leaf and Fleer cards. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, you would think you'd be able to catch that if you're Topps, that you're, you know, putting in buybacks of a product that isn't your own. One would think you would maybe be able to kind of recognize that, but hey, I guess not. But they've been doing those buyback cards, honestly, for what seems like 100 years. Like since the dawn of time, they have been putting buyback cards and things. So it's kind of like novel and fun in the beginning, I guess. And then you kind of get to like, oh, all right, well, there's more. But you know, right around the corner, we have got Topps Chrome getting ready to come out. So I've got to get busy and get breaking some of the stuff, because we've got a bunch of Allen Ginter, we've got a bunch of Optic, I've got a little Stadium Club still here. So I've got to get busy and get a bunch of stuff listed so that we can get ready for some Topps Chrome coming down the line. Relic for Tanaka. So there's a relic for the Yankees, but it is not the relic you wanted. I know you were looking for a little Aaron Judge. And I was hoping that we would find you an Aaron Judge. As I know, it is not inexpensive to buy the Yankees these days. Or really any time. I mean, they're kind of one of a team that has a good solid fan base all the time, but especially this year. Now see, there's a little mini that fell out on us that I didn't come out in my shaking it loose earlier. There's a Francisco Lindor mini relic. So we're like broken out in mini relics in this break. We didn't have any in the first half, and we got loads of them in the second half. Aaron Judge is wrecking Heritage box prices. Yeah, you got that right. All right, so let's do our recap first of our main hits, and then anybody who wants to stick around, we will look at the backs of the minis and see if there's anything worth seeing on those. But we're going to roll through this first, and for everybody that's going to take off before we do any of this, thank you guys. Thanks for bidding with me, breaking with me, chatting with me. I very much appreciate it. I hope I will see you again. But even if I don't see you again, I appreciate you being here tonight. So here's our rip card. It is numbered 260 for the Mets with the Jacob deGrom. And we've got a lot of relics here. Rizzo for the Cubbies. Talion for the Pirates. True Blood Dude, whose name I can't say, for the non-baseball celebrity category. Syndergaard Mets. Runed, I think that's what you guys told me. That's how you say it. For the Rangers. A little Matt Harvey for the Mets. Jason Hayward, Cubs. Adam Wainwright, Cardinals. Chris Bryant for the Cubs. Mini Relic, Francisco Lindor, Indians. Tanaka for the Yankees. Bogarts for the Red Sox. Ramirez for the Red Sox. Red Sox again, Mookie Betts. Urias for the Dodgers. The Joe Thomas Sr. numbered to 10 and done in red ink. That, of course, is going to go to the non-baseball celebrity category, as is next up, which is our softball player, Sierra Romero, also non-baseball celebrity category. So that is the hits recap. Now we're going to take a look at the backs of all these. All of our little baseball minis. We're going to just buzz through them here. There's 2 stacks of them. This is obviously stack number 1. I think I mentioned earlier we did have one that was hand numbered on the back in the first half of the break, just the one though. All right, so that was stack number 1. Here is stack number 2. It's a little tall, so I think I'm gonna hold it in half and half, because we don't want any of these little guys busting out of here. And now, did you guys want to see the backs of the other category minis as well, or was it only the baseball minis that you wanted to look at the backs? Either way is cool with me. I am happy to do whichever you would like. I just don't know which ones, if there were others that you specifically wanted to see, or if it was just the baseball that you wanted to see. So while we're waiting, we'll go ahead and look at the back of World's Dudes here, because there is a delay in chat. I know you guys may have already typed it, but it doesn't show up on my side for a minute or two for whatever weird reason. Of course, constellations, we all know on the back of those is, is the little constellation, which is not going to show up very well in this bright light, but if you got it in the right light, it would. Oh, Tripper, thank you, man. I appreciate you being here and participating, very much so. And chatting. I always like when you guys keep me company in chat as well. We may as well just look at the backs of the rest of them. There aren't that many left, so we'll just flip through the backs of the rest of them as well. These are all the bust moves, of course. And then finally we have a little stack of our non-baseball celebrity ones. And there is the back of all of our minis. All right, guys, that's it for tonight. Again, look for this stuff to head out probably in the Friday, Saturday range. I'm thinking probably right in there, possibly a little sooner, but not terribly likely. So if you have, if you want to get into Allen Ginter again, I'm pretty sure I have the other break listed for it already, and of course there'll be more to come. And of course we have Optic and all kinds of other fun stuff up right now, and I add more every day. So maybe we will see you again. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your week, and thank you again. Have a great night. We'll see you soon.